Why on God's green earth would Dodge ever build an electric car?
I don't know, Dodge. Why would you? The Dodge Hellcat brand is finally getting the axe. Well, at least the engine, anyway. The 700 plus horsepower engine that completely revolutionized Dodge's brand and pretty much, in my opinion, saved their image. And this news isn't new or anything. We pretty much learned about this roughly back in June. And back in June, they said, why would we build an electric car? And then they said, by the way, we're building an electric car. So today I want to talk about the Hellcat's legacy, what I think about it going away in the industry, how it affected the industry, and why I think Dodge's presentation of their new Frontier is bad in one way and kind of good in another way, believe it or not. Before we get started, I just want to get some housekeeping stuff done. Today's video is sponsored by the Caffeine and Octane app. The Caffeine and Octane app is an incredibly fun app to interact with and meet people in the car community. It has popular garages, newest additions, and even some cars for sale. You can interact with community members, show off your car's history, your build, your story, and even post your future dream rides. So maybe if you want a Hellcat, you can say, this is what I'm aspiring to in the future and why I think this is the right choice for me. But one of my favorite things about the app is the Make Model Do You Know Cars trivia game. I'm a sucker for trivia, I love it. And you can go on there and take on other enthusiasts about your car knowledge. And you can even play against me. So it's a super fun time. I really enjoy playing it. So make sure to go ahead and download the Caffeine Octane app today on your Android or iOS device. Also, Black Friday sales are available at PettersonCarCare.com, which is my own personal detail product brand, all original formula made right here in the US of A. So use the code Friday today only. After today, it's gone. It's November 28th, 2021. Last but not least, Hybrid Racing is giving away this incredible one-of-one hybrid racing shift knob, and it's ThatDudeinBlue limited edition. It looks amazing. So enter for your chance to win at the link down in the description below. The Hellcat, what do I think of it after all these years? It was the most genius thing Dodge ever did. Dodge had this amazing performance Mopar legacy, and then it just kind of went away. After the SRT4, the SRT6, all that stuff, you could argue that those cars are part of the Mopar legacy, but they're not like the old Charger or the Dominic Torettos of the world, right, in Fast and Furious. That's what I thought about Mopar, was the old Challengers and Chargers. And then they came out with the four-door Charger, and I was like, Dodge, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing taking this name, common theme here, and putting it on a car that didn't fit the bill? When they brought back the Challenger, that was a really great, basically open door to do something nuts. It's hard to remember that the Challenger has been out as long as it has without being a Hellcat. Like, when you associate the Challenger, I think straight to the Hellcat, right? I think of the 392 Scat Pack as well, but the Hellcat is what I really think of. Then later down the road, they kind of redeemed themselves with the four-door Charger, with the four-door Charger Hellcat. That's when I was like, I'm on board. And in fact, most people would tell you that the Charger seems cooler to them than the Challenger. First time I drove the Hellcat, manual transmission, which is super hard to find now. Had a great time, had a few bolt-ons, made 800 wheel, was great. Oh, oh my God, holy shit. I also had the opportunity to drive a Hellcat Redeye, and stop leaving these on! And along with that, an 1,000 horsepower Dodge Demon, which was one of the most fun car reviews I've done in recent memory. This is what Dodge is all about. Not Stratuses and Intrepids and all these garbage cars they were building in the 90s and early 2000s. Dodge knows how to have fun. With all that said, I kind of sound like I have a good opinion about Dodge. I think they knew their place in the car industry. They were true muscle cars. They are still true muscle cars. They're burnout machines. When you look at the Camaro and the Mustang, especially the ZL1, GT500, GT350, they've basically gone full sports car. They're called muscle cars, but they handle really great and they're pretty balanced. When you look at the Challenger, no, not so much. So they knew their place, and I was like, they're in a great trajectory. The Durango even outsold their original spec. They were originally gonna sell only 2,000. So they made 1,000 more out of demand. With the recap all said and done, why is Dodge getting rid of the Hellcat after I basically praised it in its marketing strategy for a very long time? Unfortunately, it's really boring reasons. It's basically government pressure, emissions, the fines they have to take in order to produce these vehicles, and customers have a really gnarly gas guzzler tax. Most customers don't really care about the gas guzzler tax. They like kind of know what they're getting themselves into when they buy these cars. So it's this weird balance or conundrum where Dodge is like, we kind of really like making these cars, but it's starting to get out of hand with the fines and everything else. Then they released this video back in June. So let's break it down. They put out pretty much all the legendary performance Dodges all in a row. It's a pretty cool shot. This is our legacy. We're peak of performance and muscle. We're the budget horsepower freaks, which they are. They were the budget people to get 700 horsepower. And we're gonna continue having a legacy, and we're not going to build electric cars. Unless we have to. He goes, we're not gonna build electric cars, but we're gonna build electric cars. And then he pulls out this fact about Hammerhead Sharks. Like, what are you talking about?
It's the same way the Hammerhead Shark has thrived at the top of the food chain.
And the nerd like me goes, Hammerhead Shark, apex predator, but what if they meet an orca? That threw me off. I was like, if you're gonna compare yourself to a predator, why would you pick the Hammerhead Shark? It's a bottom feeder, basically. Pick a orca or something like that, where it's just like nothing challenges it. There's nothing. Anyway, we're getting on a tangent about animals. Here we go. Basically, the video wraps up. It's like, hey, we're gonna build an electric car. And then they released another video called Performance Made Us Do It, which is actually a really well-made video, not gonna lie. It's actually more effective, in my opinion, than the long other summit video. The Performance Made Us Do It video basically says, this is our perspective, the audience's perspective.
We're talking hypothetical, right?
Any thoughts out there? Hello?
Why are you doing this? Why do you decide to build an electric car? And they just go through it. They basically target people like me, like who kind of critique things and kind of break things down and say, why would you do this? And why would you do that? And they go, this is why, and this is why, and this is why. And even though we might not like the answer, they stick to their answer. They don't back off, and I can respect that. And also, side note at the very end, it kind of sort of looks like the Challenger that's electric, or whatever car it is that's electric, might be doing an all-wheel drive burnout, but that's just me being hopeful, to be honest with you. That'd be sick to see an all-wheel drive Challenger just doing burnouts with electric power. It is undeniable that Dodge probably feels like they've hit the cap of reliable combustion engines. I mean, with the Demon especially, punching over 800 horsepower with a warranty. And we're not talking about Koenigsegg level prices, you know, for 1,000 horsepower engines. So that's what's pretty incredible, that they really did something amazing. They mass produced an engine that they realized that everybody loved. Let's throw it in everything. And they actually listened, and they actually did it. But I think they kind of have this attitude of good things come to an end and we need to move on, which is unfortunate. But there are cars that are electric doing 8 seconds already with no modification. Electric cars, if you've never been in one that's fast, the best way I could describe it is driving it is usually a fairly exhilarating experience, at least the first few times you do it.
Oh, that's fast.
Watching it is not that exciting. right? From the outside, you don't have the roaring V8, you don't have all that, and that is going to be lost, in my opinion, when they ditch the Hellcat. So Dodge's reputation of this roary, screaming, obnoxious, takeover going car is gonna go away. As with all these videos discussing the car industry, talking about it, I mainly do these to open up a conversation. What do you guys think about Dodge's decision to do an electric sports car or muscle car in the future? And what did you think about the presentation? Did you think it was done well? And let me know what you have to say in the comment section below. And on that note, I upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. This video is brought to you by Patterson Car Care. Get double of premium original detail product for half the price. Head over to PattersonCarCare.com or go to the link in the description below.